Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Isle of Man in the UK. This is John and Mike's MMA Corner.
This weekend, FCC have got a cracking fight card, and to top it off, they have a matchup which I feel is probably one of the top UK matchups we're going to see this year. We have Martin Delaney facing Tim Wilde, and I'm speaking with Martin right now. I'm personally looking forward to this matchup itself. For UK MMA reasons, I think it really is one of the standout fights that could be made this year.
Are you there? John, yeah?
I'm here, buddy, yeah. I'm just saying this is like one of the standout fights. Are you pretty pumped up for yourself? Because I think it's a great matchup.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I was looking for a decent match, a decent fight at the start of the year, and this one came up, so I basically jumped at the chance when it got offered it.
Yeah, because Tim Wilde was saying as well, he's wanted to fight basically the top guys there is, and he wants to get the better names in the UK.
Yeah.
Because that's what matters really. To get yourselves out there, that's what you need to do. And I suppose the pair of you are just on the same wavelength. You know, it's a mutual respect. You both know that you're both good fighters, and that's why you want to fight each other.
Exactly. That's you're going in there to test yourself, test your skills. So basically, there's no point going in against a guy that's that you're on a higher level against. You know, it's especially in the UK.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was going to say, because the good thing is that both of you are on a nice little win streak, the pair of you, so you're both going in with good momentum. I think that really does make for, you know, that kind of matchup, really, that kind of a great fight, really.
Aye. As I say, you're always looking to fight, well, I do anyway, looking to fight guys with good records. I don't see the point in training for 8 weeks and dieting down and losing a load of weight to fight a guy with a losing record that you know, and you go in, he's got to give up within the first round, you know. You're only going to get better with fights like this as well.
Yeah, exactly, that's the thing. And I was saying, the thing about yourselves are you both got very good records, you're both top UK prospects, and with what happened at UFC London, I think it's kind of great timing, really, this card coming up, because a lot of light will shine upon the UK MMA scene. People will start to look a bit more at the local fights, looking for, you know, the next lot of guys that could potentially making that next step up.
Yeah, definitely. I think there was 3 guys in that. It was in that tough, the European tough that was fighting on that show. So. I mean, there's a lot of people that aren't far away from that.
No, and I was going to say with yourself, you've trained obviously with people who are in the UFC already. You got your Stephen Ray, you got your Joanne Colwood. You've had those people around you. I suppose it helps with yourself when you go, look, if I'm training with these guys and girls, sorry, I'm not obviously, but if you're training with these people, it sets yourself up. Well, you know, you think I'm mixing in good company. You've also got like Kieran Malone as well as some good talented guys in your squad. Well, in fact, Dinky Ninja's just got absolute killers everywhere. But you know, you know that you're mixing in great company. That training, it must fill you with confidence going into 2016, where you could potentially end up.
It does. Say training with guys day in day out that are already in the UFC. We've got another guy, Danny Henry, he holds the world title in the UFC in South Africa. He's fighting this Saturday as well. So when you're training daily with guys like that, it builds confidence, and the gym as well. It builds confidence and momentum, because you know that the way you're training, you're doing it right. You know, you're just not going in and beasting yourself and not improving. You know, it's always about improving as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's no point in going in there and just going 110%, just wrecking your body and breaking your body down, and then coming away from it actually not getting anything out of it. The idea is to go in there and absorb something and come away with, at least if you've improved yourself, even if it's 1%, it's something to take away from it.
As long as you're leaving that gym that night and you pick something up, it's going to make your game that little bit more better than it being jiu-jitsu or striking or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's money in the bank, basically, you know.
Yes, exactly. And with this matchup, it's a nice style matchup. You know, Tim's kind of style with his striking, it's very unorthodox. You know, his footwork. You know, he's very much darting around places. With preparation for, I say like for Tim, do you get people at the gym to replicate kind of his style? Because it isn't your standard style. Let's be fair with that.
It's hard to replicate just somebody's style, you know, because they're always improving as well. But I mean, his style is like karate. So there's my phone going on.
It's all right. Is that the clown in the background?
Aye, that's it. His style is like karate points based. It looks as if he likes to keep the distance, come in, attack, and get back out. There's guys in the gym that they've done a lot of taekwondo and karate and stuff and that, and that's their style as well. And then there's taller guys as well. So, we train just basically with all different people, so you're getting used to every style of body. And then you can evolve. You can change your game as per round that you're sparring with or whatever.
Now, with the likes of, like I said before, you've had if people go off to ATT or TriStar, etc., there's a lot of places actually, AKA and Tiger Muay Thai as well, and there's a handful of gyms outside of the UK that people go to. Also, because sometimes it's good to get out somewhere different, experiment, and then come back and just it's like hitting a refresh button on a computer screen. Really, have you thought about doing this? Is this something in your plans?
Nah, not really. I've got a business. I've got a wife, I've got a kid in the way, so going away for 6 weeks is nothing. It's something I wouldn't do. I'd go away on a training holiday. I would do that, but I wouldn't go away and train for 6 or 8 weeks or that and leave everything back here.
So
I've got confidence in my coach.
Yeah.
People around me. But I feel I don't need to do that anyway. I feel that people that do that feel like they've not got the confidence in their coach, or they're not getting the training or the people around them to do that. That's why they go abroad, you know.
Aye. Well, sometimes I feel like, for example, if let's do a hypothetical circumstance here. Say, for example, I feel like maybe my jiu-jitsu is just not the level I need it to be. Maybe and I know that if I go somewhere where it's a purely, I believe that oh my word, I'm going to forget his name. He does little jiu-jitsu camps down in Jersey. I'm forgetting do you know what? It's gonna boost not Booster Mante. Booster. It's a very well founded jiu-jitsu practitioner, and I can't remember his name now. This is terrible. But for example, I would maybe go and do that for a couple of weeks just to up the game, get around just killers in jiu-jitsu. But like you say, if you've got the confidence in your coach and stuff, but to be fair, it's working pretty well. Let's be honest. It's not like you've only got one win and you've got 15 losses. It's it's going pretty well, my friend. So I understand why you feel the confidence. And with having the family life, are you balancing it well so far? Have you found a little happy medium?
Yeah. I mean, it goes well. I keep time for my family. I keep time for training. I've got time for work. The more if I'm fight training, I'm more in the gym than I'm out the gym. Yeah. It's just if I'm not fight training, I'm still in the gym.
Yeah.
But I still need to take care of work and stuff as well, and keep money coming in. So it works, you know. And like every base in MMA, the Dinkin Ninjas and higher level, they've got it covered. I feel there's always somebody there who's better than you, or who's really good at one aspect that can really help you and bring you on. And I like working with guys that are maybe like wrestling based or totally jiu-jitsu based, and taking tips and getting there, training with them, and then evolving it into MMA.
Yeah, trying to mould it into your style as well to fit what you do. Yeah, it is an art form in itself. I find that you've got to take something from, let's say, Taekwondo, you mentioned before, right? How do I fit that into what I do? And that itself is a separate art.
It's exactly the same with judo. Judo, a lot of throws are behind the head and like the head and arm throws.
Yeah.
I mean, that works, it'll work in MMA, no problem, but I mean, half the time you land on the ground and you get a back tick.
Yes.
So you need to take small pieces for each martial arts, I think.
Yeah, especially I think in later rounds with judo throws, when the bodies get sweaty, that's when I find that there are a lot more probabilities with the fact that you can slip out. You'll go for the takedown, and you just end up going. The guy goes under your arm because you're just sweating so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there is pros and
stuff like that. Same with boxing. I mean, with boxing, you got a lot of guys standing in the pocket and big deep rolls. And,
yeah.
I mean, if you do that in MMA, you're either got to get body locked, or get taken down, or you get a knee to the face. So you need to be training each aspect and defining it to your game, to the MMA game.
Yeah, you do. I remember. I learned hard from. I was doing sparring with he's been in the Commonwealth Games twice, boxing he had, and I think he was in the light heavyweight division, and we were just doing a bit of boxing together, and I just took some. My stance was just completely out of sorts. First time of going with him, and he just absolutely boxed the socks out of me for about 3 minutes. And I was there at the end of the 3 minutes. He went, "What are you doing?" I was like, trying to just get away from your punches." He went, "I'm hitting you every time because you're readable." And again, it's one of them things where when I do MMA sparring, you can't read it as much because you've got takedowns in, you've got the kicks in, but everything I was doing wasn't. He didn't care about takedowns. He didn't care about kicks because all he cared about was punches. So for him, it was easy to read because he cancels everything out. But for me, it's learning. You have to learn to cancel it out and then bring it back in. It is, mate. It's a very complex sport, and that's why it is. It takes guys a bit of time to evolve and add skill sets and add bits to their game. So with 2016 kicking off with this hell of a fight against him, I've heard rumours already, rumblings about there's a potential return by the UFC to Glasgow. Would your goal be ideally to try and fight the best you can find to get yourself to get the notoriety to get yourself maybe on that card if that happened?
If I harmed. I mean, a lot of people say, I'm in MMA, I want to get into the UFC. When you look at guys that's went into the UFC, they've lost 2 fights in a row, and they've been put back out. That's it, So I just concentrate on the fight I've got ahead of me. I'm not in it for the money, I've got money, so I just do it for a love of the sport. Yeah.
So
if I got on the UFC in Glasgow, it would be great, But I basically just concentrate on the fight that I've got in front of me.
Because I was going to say, have you maybe had offers from elsewhere in the world? Like I've said before about this KSW. They're a reputable promotion these days. And people look at them and as even now risen. I'm not being funny. If they came knocking to me and went, "Do you want to fight Bob Sapp?" I'd probably do it. Yeah,
I've been offered. I got offered a fight just the end of last year in KSW, but it was like maybe 2 weeks after my previous fight. I think it was like maybe two weeks after that again. So
yeah,
I mean, taking a fight in KSW or something, I'm not just going to jump in just because the fight's there. I'd rather have a full camp for it.
And it's also the yo-yo and body weight. When you're cutting weight, that wrecks your body. Doing it such a close period of time, it can really damage your body.
The thing is, you're training to peak.
Yeah.
To peak at a certain time, So I peaked at that time for my fight, and then you rest after. You need to let the body recover a little bit, and then start again and build it back up. So just jumping into fights like that, I don't think it's not something I really do.
No, it's not. It's something that you got to think about your health. Yeah, that's the key. At the end of the day, as much as we love this game, our health is something that's going to be that we need when we're 60 or further, even 70, you know, and it doesn't sound like much these days doing it like that quick weight cut and us doing 2 fights in succession, but it's the later effects that we don't know.
That's what I don't like. You see guys like they'll say, "Oh, I'm busy. I've got 2 or 3 fights all booked in this year and stuff." I wouldn't do that. I do 1 fight, and then once the fight's over, then you see what happens.
Yeah, because you don't know what's going to happen. You might get a cut and that's you out for X amount of weeks anyway. So it's a very sensible way to go. Look, man, I'm sadly not going to be at the card to watch, but I will be watching the Twitter feeds literally for this card because, to be honest with you, I think it's a great card that they've got for UK MMA.
Yeah, that's good. FCC are putting on the fights.
Yeah, they're doing well, and I think for UK MMA, it's a good sign as well. It's a positive thing to go, you know, and see that happening. I hope it's a full. In fact, I know it'll be a full house. I like the atmosphere there. I like the way they've got the whole place set up. It's a really good. Adam's got a really good thing going there, and you know, you and Tim are going to have a hell of a fight. You know, and it's just going to be a great card anyway. So look, have a great weekend, look, man, and have a great fight, and just have a great fight against Tim. I know it's going to be one of probably the best fights of 2016 for the UK MMA scene. So before I let you shoot off, man, let people know what your social media stuff is so they can jump on and give you like a follow and that.
My Instagram and Twitter address is just Diesel_DNFTs. They're both the same. And Facebook's just Marlon Delaney.
Jump on, give him a follow. What about sponsors, buddy? You got any sponsors helping you with the fight camps?
There was a company that was helping me out there with my meals, Fit Foods from Stirling. They helped me for this fight, for this training camp, so it's been pretty good. And also Naomi Watford from Spasm Therapies, who's been my physio. She's been good as well. Just keep me injury free, keep me in the gym training.
Awesome stuff, man. And then last but not least, obviously your coaches, your team. Just want to give thanks to your training partners and all that.
Just everybody at a higher level, and James Doolan, my main MMA coach.
Yeah, he's not a bad coach. He'll do for now, I suppose. Man, great having you on. Thank you so much for your time, and like I said, have a great weekend, man.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks very much.